Understood. I will bear. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though.
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nazissenkreuz Institute. René de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold. Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either.
I thought Alain was like a father to you.
And? What would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something new?
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have...
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life.
Hey, come on out.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your limbs?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, Matt.
Excuse you.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah.
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on...
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Is she back? Is she really back? Traveler! It's really you!
You can finally breathe easy, Puck.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Look at them. You know...
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Ino and Anefa would be tearing...
Varka?
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, you're right.
What? Ew, no! No, thank you. You're not my dad, okay?
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. While I was being held captive, I learned a lot about
The 3 moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself
utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandrone has something to...
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumb.
Our next step is to find a way to...
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time. The question is, where?
We considered that question as well.
Indeed not. Every road has an...
Nicole!
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, but where Miss Columbina will end up along this road.
What about the original moons? And the...
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the 3 moons into the heavens, and thus they were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority. But then one day, they disappeared just...
Like I thought. No more paths back to reality but how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable they can just materialize out of thin air.
The moon goddess. But how? Please, there's no need.
I find that a little difficult.
The way you used my own power against me was... And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. When I first got here, how I cursed and devoured. But to no avail. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. But this time I survived. It must be partly...
Are you the source of the abyssal power?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here, but there was already a degree of abyssal power here, before I entered.
Tried to?
Yes. Because
What do you mean?
the voices in my head. And then...
Her?
Thelindis.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis leaping into the moon.
More precisely, I saw her after-image. I'm sure the real her... Anyway. Why have you come here?
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate...
No.
What?
You'd like to know how I know. The one who resurrected me said so.
Do you...
Dottore. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. Also that I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was...
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry.
Moon Goddess?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask. But this is the only thing I desire.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thelindis.
Thelindis?
Yes. She's dead. I can sense that some part of her soul...
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but all I can see is a glimpse of her. Walking away. In return, I will clear... No. Not... Yeah. I'm tired of it all. I... think...
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it.
Is it okay if I give her the... Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill us?
Love demands on... We hid too much from each other. There. The abyss will no longer...
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you. I think... He said that you betrayed him. But he also...
Why tell me this?
Because...
I know this will sound strange coming from me, but... Don't die.
He kept his word. The abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that Thelindis? She wasn't far off at all. And yet... Hello, Miss Thelindis.
Who are you? How do you know?
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring up...
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's...
better than he was, huh?
Others have had a rough time on his account too. And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson.
So, things got worse.
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart. But in the end, beyond that, he did. But I'm sure that you've always been on his mind.
I'm sorry, Miss Cole.
It's all right. Well, that's everything from.
Wait. Time flows backwards here.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far.
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached? And it's not just me, it's this whole I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror. I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria. Rerir was one of the Venster King's retainers. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Venster King... It was only after meeting the prince that the Venster King started going too far with his research.
I couldn't kill the Venster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rerir. That's why I wanted to go back. To kill...
I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. I know I'm never getting out of here, but you're different.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward. I can share what I've learned and help you. I think you just might... Now, I know. Also, I've been speculating. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legend, I have no way of verifying any of it by this point. But if it's...
Understood.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm about Rerir,
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing... But enough about that. And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Rerir, you're there. I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity. But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an end to be Everything's getting blurry. Huh? Are you all right, little sister? Have you come from the distant future?
So, how exactly did the moons just...
The world is a vast and ancient place.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moons themselves...
Am I missing something then? 'Cause the stories say...
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans...
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected. In other words, this piece of information alone...
Yup. We have no way of staying up to date on whether she's dead. But at least she's trying her best to get back to us. Yeah. She's a tough cookie. And a sore loser, too. We have to... As much as it pains me to say it, we've got no that maniac is going to devour everything in his path until he reaches us. We need to... I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is... And I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked.
We're not giving up on saving her.
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friends.
So... she's more...
Absolutely.
Duh! She's part of the game! Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. Anyway, as for how we get Columbina, I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculate.
Computing power? You mean you need more energy?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's
That's a tricky problem.
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't... However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. What's worse, their income... Ugh, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this... Well, no.
What do we do then?
You don't get it. And I need accurate results, not big prophecy. Anyway.
Either way, we've done what we can. Rest.
That guy is...
Let's go somewhere a little more. You know that Dory went back to Sumeru.
Yeah, she mentioned...
Things aren't looking good for Notcry. She's gone to... From what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is... He'll easily devour everything eventually. So, the first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, he once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. Clearly, he began studying the moon. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine. In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. I don't know if it was a real game, but creating games and setting rules. Gods do that as a matter of... Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. I don't... Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali. The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world. So on the bright side, even if Notcry is doomed...
That's good to know. But I'm...
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go.
Maybe it sounds greedy to you. And probably battles are fleeting. But the will to fight is a long-term commitment.
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? No one is born... I mean, who's gonna criticize...
Don't take this the wrong way, but... Dottore said something similar to me. I guess the Fatui...
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me. I just want...
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal, I think you might feel a little worried too.
That's true. Dottore is about to... Still, you're calmer than I expected.
Obviously, I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who misunderstood. In as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna... Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though.
So, what's your...
I'll get to that. First...
Just like Paimon said, she's a friend, part of the gang.
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question. Think?
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own I see no reason not to trust her.
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. It can be solved.
How much? If I could...
Sometimes you're... Come on. Let's go talk to her.